Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome to my living room because Mother Nature still thinks that it is winter, so the furnace goes off every 15 minutes. So up here, it's a wee bit quieter. But it is episode 3 of season 1 of Outlander, and Claire is in the thick of it. Lynn Mackenzie says, you're not gonna go anywhere, you're gonna be here and be our healer. And I say this because really she's their prisoner. You can see why they would think that. She's English. Pops up out of nowhere. They're in the middle of a war. She's now crawling all over their castle. Yes, they have a right to be wary, but it still sucks for our heroine. I don't know. Well, obviously she gets out of it because she's in it for another 6 or 7, 8 more series or books. But how does she get them to gain her trust? And it was funny because episode 2, when we saw the Laird for the first time, something about him was like, I know this actor. I've seen him in something. And it took me forever. And then I remembered he was the dad in Billy Elliot, which is such a different character than this one. But yeah, so I'm excited to get into it. And thank you all for putting in your comments in the other videos, even the ones of you who read the books. Yes, I am prepared. I have been warned. Everybody who knows that I'm starting to watch Outlander for the first time have all said the same thing, like, ooh, bad things happen. Bad things happen. I know. That's why it's taking me so long to watch this, because it takes me, if something bad happens to characters I enjoy, it puts me in a bad headspace and it takes me for a while to climb out of it. So that's why I am prepared going in. I know shit's going to go down and I know it's going to be ugly. And that's why I have to put my fingers in my ears. I don't know why. It just calms me. And then I squint so I can't see the carnage in high definition 1080K. What is it now? 4K XHP, whatever's. I don't need that level of detail. But yes, I am excited to go. So thank you so much for joining me on this occasion. So grab your big comfy blanket. I got some water here because I've had a lot of salt lately. And yeah, I'm excited. So let's get to it.
Woe betide the man that stands between you and what you set your mind upon. Damned if that stubbornness isn't what I find so attractive about you.
Let's see if the men in 1743 feel the same way. I have a feeling he just issued a prophecy of some sort.
As they say, that's my cue.
Kiss her goodbye? Hello. Kiss her goodbye.
I won't.
I love you.
There we go. I was gonna say. That's it? Wait, that's it?
Promise that you'll return to me.
I will, Frank Randall. I promise.
I see another prophecy. I think she's gonna say the same thing to Jamie. Oh. Oh.
Bloody hell. Such beautiful skin you have.
It's called moisturizer. Sunscreen. Sunscreen, y'all. Wear your sunscreen.
Can I tell you something?
Are you telling her something? Or are you just gonna tell her something?
It's about my husband. He's not dead. He hasn't been born yet.
She's telling her something.
Well, I seem to have fallen through time. 200 years from now, Samhain and I went to the stone circle at Craig Nadoon. Do you know it?
Are they gonna burn her as a witch? They're gonna burn her as a witch.
I'm from the future. Do you think the Mackenzies would believe me if I told them the truth?
Fuck no.
Begone, O evil demon! I abjure thee!
No.
Villainy! Witch!
No!
Witch!
There's the witch.
Oh, why? Hundreds of Mackenzies will be turning up in the next few days for the gathering.
Oh. Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Out the Highlands come and plight their oath to the clan and himself. You do well with that. Dougal and himself will not forget it. He'll be in their good graces, make no mistake.
Do you think it's funny she call him himself?
I would have to find a way to apply 20th century medicine using only the methods and equipment available in the 18th.
It is rather convenient. Ah, Jesus. It's rather convenient that she was already into botany and the medicinal properties of nature. Because I think if you had a modern doctor now go back in time, I don't think they would fare as well as she would, because they'd be too reliant to the machine company processed pharmaceuticals we have now.
Go on home now. Be with your other wee bairns.
Oh, well, something is up, because what is up? You send her home for breaking a dish. What is up?
Is she going to be all right?
Aye. Her boy died last night.
Well, she's at work already.
Usually quite soothing after a massage. Is there any water for boiling or some clean cloth?
No.
I think it's funny she keeps asking for like clean things. I don't think anything was clean in the 17 to 1800, like anything up to like 1930. I'm going to guess everything has some sort of dirt to it. You know, I might have to keep track of how many outfits Claire wears just to see how big her wardrobe would need to be, because we know they didn't have closets then.
I'm Claire Beecham.
Leary Mackenzie.
Well, someone's in love.
That's quite the fine figure, Mr. McTavish.
Someone's in love.
I remember when you were here before.
Can't have been much more than 7 or 8 yourself.
I mean, do you not remember me from then?
No. A young Berkey of 16's too taken up with his own grand self to pay much heed to what he thinks or not, but a rabble of snot-nosed BMs.
Well, this is just awkward.
Dressing's been chafing me for days. Do you mind helping me with it?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, he's smooth. That's a smooth one there.
I take that back with you, lass.
Girl, he's just not into you.
I think if Alec were to see the scars, he couldn't see me anymore without thinking of my back.
You don't mind me seeing your back?
I don't.
I think he'd like her to see his front too.
I should go.
Wait.
Don't say wait.
Let me have a look at that.
Oh, she's going to undress him. Rather intense stare there, Mr. Fraser. Oh, the thistles. The thistles.
But you believe in the powers of magic, do you not?
Haven't really thought much about it.
Have you never found yourself in a situation with no earthly explanation?
What does Gillis know? She knows something.
It's certainly possible the boy's actually sick and not possessed.
People believe the boy is possessed, Claire. You challenge that at your peril. I'll not go near him, and neither should you.
Oh, she's going near the boy.
A priest once told me my healing skills were a gift from God. His heart rate was slow and pupils pinpoints, a sign of poisoning.
What did they eat? They ate something there.
What have you eaten recently?
I should say not.
Oh, dude. This looks like a douche canoe of the finest order.
In nomine Domini Nost, Recede, da locum, libera nos, o Domine Deus.
Libera nos, o Domine Deus.
Habite se, doctor.
So they say you can feel old Nick's presence by the chill in the air.
Or maybe it's just a cold draft.
But even if I could figure out what was wrong with him, I might not be able to do anything about it with the limited resources at hand.
Charcoal help bring poisons out?
looks a little swollen, Jamie.
Oh,
You get thumped by a horse?
don't go there, Claire. Don't be that girl. Please don't.
Swung its head when I wasn't looking.
Those fillies can be dangerous.
If you're teasing the lad about Leary, if her father or Colum comes to know about it, young Jamie could get more than a bloodied nose.
Yeah, that is the thing. He took a beating for her because they thought she was loose, and now here she is being loose. What? Okay, that cloak thingy, she's shawl. Like, so bad.
I felt ashamed of the way I teased Jamie. And if I was being perfectly honest,
We're
I did it
jealous.
because I was jealous.
I thought you might like to visit Gellis Duncan to restock your shelves before the gathering.
Now?
Yes, I
Now?
would.
I'm going into the village tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'll take you with me to Mistress Duncan's.
That was a very oddly timed request.
Say you need to lay in a goodly amount of white willow bark. Eases a whiskey headache.
That's what they call them. How quaint.
He takes the view that every woman since Eve is a born temptress who should be beaten daily by her husband to keep evil at bay.
Charming.
Huh. Lad was caught stealing, most like. If his breakfast had agreed with him this morning, lad might have got off with a whipping. But since he's most likely costive, the lad will probably lose his hand.
For reals? Ooh.
Oh, thank you, my darling. Oh. Ah!
Arthur,
Ah,
imagine.
that's how she does it.
And how would you feel if your son were taken so?
1 hour in the pillory and 1 ear nailed. Uh-huh. I've reached a decision, Father Bane. We seek only justice.
There. Easily done.
What does that mean? 1 ear nailed.
I think it means exactly what it means.
Nailed to what?
To the pillory, of course. Better than losing a hand.
We don't need to see it. I get it. We don't need to see it. We don't need to see this. The illusion's fine enough.
Now you'll be absolved.
And now he'll get an infection and lose his ear, and then it will go into his brain. Did they come up with these punishments?
I had an unusual childhood. I was brought up in lots of places.
Really? Do tell. Fascinated to hear all about it.
Her eyes just did a weird thing. Maybe it's just the lighting.
How much longer do you think you'll have to stay there?
He can leave any time he wants. His hour is done. It's just the lad's not got up the courage to tear his ear from the nail. He'll set his mind to it soon enough.
Mr. McTavish,
Claire.
your fingers, they're quite strong, I suppose.
Here. Shall I help you?
Oh, look at her, little actress hurt.
Maybe not as educated as you, but I had a tutor. He taught me Latin and Greek and such. But I am also a Highlander, born and bred. And I don't believe in tempting fate by making light of old Nick in his very own kirkyard.
So that would tell me Jamie's family was rather well off if he had a tutor, yes? Yes? So what made him? Oh, the British.
I didn't like the taste of it, but some folks find it a treat.
This isn't wood garlic. It's Convallaria majalis,
I've never heard of it.
because it's not native to Scotland.
Oh, he's still there?
This is lily of the valley, but it looks exactly the same as wood garlic. This is poisonous. To move
What
quickly.
blasphemy is this?
Let her pass, Father.
I'll not be ordered about by a woman.
So women there.
It's my sister's house, and my father's before that. And we'll decide what is done under its roof.
Oh, you go, Mrs. Fitz.
I smell the vapors of hell on you.
It's called soap.
It's a decoction of belladonna. But if I was wrong about the dosage or the original poison, it would cause convulsions and kill the boy almost as quickly.
Well, that's quite the risk. Of course, you want to take it, but ooh.
Please come back to me. It's a miracle. A miracle, Father. God bless you, mistress.
I hope I've earned a measure of trust from Colin.
He's taking credit for bringing you on as healer to the Mackenzies. I doubt he want to see you leave anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
I had no desire to see that mixture of awe and suspicion that seemed to follow me everywhere now.
Oh, Claire and her glass of wine.
What finally brought me out of my room was the oblivion promised by Colum's Renish.
Now, this one is about a man out late on a fairy hill on the eve of Samhain. He hears the sound of a woman singing sad and plaintive.
Well, Claire knows about this. And what happened?
The stone seemed to say, I stood upon the hill, and when did rise, I placed my hands upon the tallest stone, travelled to a far, distant land, where I lived for a time among strangers, who became lovers.
And then what happened?
But one day, I saw the moon came out, and so I touched the stones and travelled back to my own land.
So you need another full moon. So it would be another full moon or another Samhain moon.
And I knew in that moment I could no longer wait for permission or assistance. I must escape Castle Leoch or die trying.
And I think that she may get her wish. Episode 3, for me, was a little bit sleepier than the other two. And I'm guessing it's just because it was mostly just Claire kind of figuring out this new everyday world. And we've had our brush with the church and all the hypocrisy and that comes with it. I would be shocked if she was not declared a witch and put on trial for a witch, because that's how they rolled then. Kind of how they roll now. But I foresee a witch trial coming up. Now, that little tune, interesting, kind of convenient. Again, does she need a full moon or does she need a Samhain moon? Because that's the difference between a couple of weeks and a year. Interesting. Larry, I don't get the whole Jamie. She was almost beaten. Jamie took the beating for her, and now she's going to risk both of them getting beaten? Not very smart at all. And I'm not sure what Gielis's thing is. Is she mystical witchy? Is she just kind of a hippie trippy, uses her herbs on herself type of a woman? Does she see the future? I'm intrigued in her. She's a very interesting character. And that whatever fur thing was she had was also intriguing. I'm always cold. I just run cold. Hence why I have gloves. Usually have a scarf on. I usually have my scarf. Here's my scarf. Here, I will bundle up. I'm probably covering the mic tremendously. So seeing their shawls, I'm in love with their shawls. Which is not the point of the plot, me being distracted by their clothing. Yet I am. But it's a great detail. Again, the show production design is fabulous. You feel like you're right there. But this was overall kind of a sleepy episode. But I'm excited to see what happens next. And I do hope that you are with me for that adventure. So if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. And also, if you haven't already, take those 5 seconds to just draw a breath, eat something, stretch your limbs, even do a couple of neck rolls, because I don't know if you heard it. I think my neck cracked while watching this. So take those 5 seconds, be kind to yourself, find some joy, and I hope to see you back again soon. So until next time, y'all.